They're going to be speedy, and they're going to run at you real fast. Maybe that's the tempo setting we wanted to see from Weibo into this matchup against TT, where we said on paper this should be a win. This should be a redemptionary moment.
This is pretty important. We're getting a start here from Thunder Talk. Their bottom lane has a push up in top lane here for Weibo. They're going to have very easy waves of pushing this in. I think this is just one and done here for Thunder Talk.
Looks like they want to go ahead and take the scuttle. They'll stick around. They are seeding a ton of pressure to breathe in bot side right now. They are sending Hoya down that way. A second grub goes to TT's side. Realm Warp going to come through as they want to get the play. Wind becomes lightning. They try to get in with the Crescent Guard. Level 6s are there for multiple members, and they were not for Weibo. TT strike first and strike fast. First blood for Thunder Talk.
Okay, so we're kind of using Hoya as like, hey, we're threatening you to potentially have to go for this objective. And then he's able to he gives up a couple of waves there against Breathe, and I think this is a pretty fine trade here for Thunder Talk. Again, we kind of favor some of their solo lanes as this game goes on, and now with Hung being caught out there at the beginning of that fight, it's good, but you could see Satab knows. He doesn't have that flash, and he has Realm Warp coming up.
Yeah, this is tough. Feathers coming around the bend here. They're going to get the CC chain into the damage, into the Spirit Rush, and Tian comes away with the kill. They get Xiaohu tanking up the turret, though they need to be careful. Their health bars are not going to be very hefty. They do get the kill and get out, so dive executed.
Ooh, and instead of going for the dragon...
I actually do really like the Symbiotic Souls. Weibo are going to take this dragon, though, and get themselves set up for potential stacking objective win condition there. The grubs will be up in about 30 seconds, so I expect an immediate redeploy up towards topside. The Sundered Sky for base 1, which I think is the most important thing out of all of that. So grubs started up by TT. Really no response from Weibo. They have been late to a ton of plays, which is not a typical occurrence for a team that is led in the jungle by Tien. But already on 4 grubs for TT. See now a little bit of preemptive damage by 1xN. Maybe a little bit of a tussle on the top side of the fight, though. There's instantly a Crescent Guard from Beichuan. Hoya has joined the fight. Tien uses his Vault Breaker to get out of there. Triple knockup. Chains of Corruption has come through. This fight's getting wild, but here comes the dive. This is what Weibo wanted from the draft. They need to find a target. They execute a target, and already they've gotten a triple kill for Xiaohu. And Weibo, they waited. They were hiding in the bush, and they pounce all of a sudden to a massive lead. Did have some thoughts on like when they were looking pretty dominant in the 2v2 if they could like kind of propel that any farther forward. Did not find that, and now we just get to fisticuff season against Weibo, who are literally fighting Satab on a ward in bot side, and unfortunately he will fall victim to the rampant cow, baby. Oh, he goes down. Xiaohu gets his 4th kill of the game. He's 4-0-2 and looking good on the Ahri.
But you already lost the timer there. Breathe as well, starting to, or continue to bully Hoya in the matchup now. So when are we ever going to be getting these 5 grubs actually going to be useful?
Yeah.
I think it's so difficult here.
And yeah, I think there's the... children growing up or something. All of a sudden you look back and it's been like 10 years and things have fully changed. But when you look back just a few minutes ago, TT were in this game. TT were in a driving position in this game. And their scaling factors are still there for them. But Weibo have definitely utilized their momentum well.
Yes, and this is the lead that we wanted to see coming out from Weibo, especially throughout the series. It's something we'll have to track as the series continues to go on, whether or not these games are competitive.
Yeah, it might be in a little bit of trouble here. Gets fully dashed onto, has to pot the World Ender and his flash out, and now TT are left with no front line. They're left with everything going to hell in a handbasket, and Weibo, they make it look too damn easy, Alk. There ain't nothing TT can do about this one. They are just being ground into dust.
And that is what I'm Thunder talking about, boys. This was the series that we were looking forward to. Weibo, make it look easy, honestly. Just walking around the map, they have so much damage. It's going to be 20 pages here in the Magi's, and under no threat are Weibo potentially losing this game from this position right now. They'll grab the Dragon, which puts them at soul point here. They already have an overwhelming advantage. Xiaohu is going to be in about a minute's time. He already has man. It sucks to see, especially for Thunder Talk, but again, for Weibo, I think in the matchups we were kind of talking about, like, this should look good for them. Ari was able to do something. Now Breathe does have the ultimate coming up.
Oh, he's going to try to buy time. There's a TP coming in. Oh, God, they've overcommitted. Oh, my God. What did I just watch? My poor eyes. That was a massive shutdown going the way of TT. Weibo are going to try to get the Atacon, I guess, on the other side of things, but your solo lanes are gone.
I think that was maybe repayment for what happened in the TES series, because a very similar play happened where they're playing, Xiaohu's playing the Rise, he dies, Breathe TPs, and immediately has to use his flash to not instantly die to TES. Yeah. So he felt like, hey, he did me a solid, I'll go ahead and TP, and this time I will die. And, you know, maybe they're throwing TT a bone there. It's the 2 kills plus the shutdowns. The option gives you more upfront damage and is typically cheaper, but lacks some of the scaling or higher numbers.
1xn.
1xn, you're probably flashing here, brother.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't get away from the cease and desist like that, even with the extra spell shield there. And now they'll just lose mid lane big time. I mean, they'll lose the inhib. Luckily, they'll be able to defend a little bit more from that, but they're trying to get some side lane pressure up in the top side with Satab.
Well, that was the pick that we were kind of wondering, like, if they can control this, if Weibo find a pick that should open them up for the Dragon. They're trying to see if Thunder Talk are going to very blindly walk into their jungle.
This is just solo queue status, bro.
I think this is fine. Look at Satab top lane. He's just hitting a tier 2. He's getting gold for his team.
Oh. Dredge line does connect. Okay, here comes Weibo. They're overextending for sure. Dragon is coming up now. They should all turn back. Tier 2 did go the way of Satab, so that'll be some decent gold. That should be his third item coming up here. TP, I don't think is available. Okay, it is available. Maybe they look to fight this, but the Dragon is already going their way. So it is Weibo going to claim that Cloud Soul and benefit the dive comp that they have.
Satab, 1xn, and Feather are all standing next to each other, trying to see
This is so bad. Like, this is so hard. You're literally begging to get pulled apart at the seams. They have the tools to run you down, TT. They've been spread apart. Maybe they can actually get Hung here. The Unbreakable Will's there. 1xn is tapping here as Hung has fallen. So now we're evened up. Realm Warp going to come through, but not utilized. Xiaohu using a defensive Spirit Rush there. We do lose both frontline supports, and Baron started up by TT. They're scaling, and maybe they finally arrived. 3 items there for both big carries, and they're forcing the hand of Weibo and Breathe. Looking for a little bit of preemptive damage onto Hoya. Beichuan still in the pit. Tien forced to flash out of the fight now. Baron down to about half health. Xiaohu looking for public execution. Goes in on Beichuan. Beichuan's already down. Breathe is rampant on the back line, and he is going off on the Mbessa. Meanwhile, Xiaohu is ringing up the rear with Light, and the bounce off the ward will get the kill for Light himself.
Before the next member, it's just Feather by himself. Weibo are going to look to try to end game 1.
Yeah, look at the faces of TT. They know doom is a reality here in game number 1. They gave up a fight. They kept it a little close in the end. But in the end, Weibo were just stronger. 29 minutes in, that will be the breaking point for TT in game number 1. And Weibo will move up to match point on their attempt of a potential first series win.
I want to look at how Thunder Talk are going to play around Beichuan with this Nefiri, because he doesn't have very many targets.
Actually, Light does not take TP as the ADC. Actually, Weibo forced out of the grub pit. They realize what the play can develop into. Will just give away the first 3 grubs to TT.
I think they just recognize that, yes, they do have a Jace on the opposite side, so his level 6 is not as impactful, but they've got a Galio. You know, Hero's Entrance is a hell of a drug if you only watch Grand Finals of Worlds last year. So I get it. I understand.
Items, plus the fact that everybody's going to have ultimates this time around. And I think if we're looking at it, Weibo trying to get a early pick before the fighting even kicks off. Looking here onto Feather as well. Gonna get the impale there too. Xiaohu steps in and the kill goes to Tien. I think that's gonna be a bold TP from Satab though. Hung is the focus by Beituan. Gets one reset there. Looking to get some more kills. Gets the heroic entrance as well. Weibo starting to feel the heat of the dog, but Satab goes in and dies. Light takes him down. And now Weibo with momentum at their back. Looking to take down Beituan and 1x in here. Tien gonna flash play. Exalts impact. Seismic shove does not hit after the flash from 1xn. That'll be a ton burned by both sides.
2 kills there, and Tien even trading his summoner spells, so these next grubs in particular are going to be a bit tricky for Thunder Talk to be able to fight. There's no ultimates from Satab or Beituan, and now no flash or cleanse. I think there's a very real kind of likelihood that I think this fight could have gone a lot better here for Thunder Talk.
Oh, Xiaohu getting away from a time. Step to the king of spring and you're going to get the claws, baby. That's a tiger to you. Xiaohu with a massive 2-for-0 under turret.
2 of them die when they could have just rotated their bot lane up for this play instead. I think a massive mistake coming in for Thunder Talk, and then he just TPs out. They get the top tier 1 as well. In basically 2 minutes, Thunder Talk have just giving their opponents almost a 2,500 gold lead.
It's giving me a little bit of recollection from that last game, too. All of a sudden, you blinked, and Weibo were up like 4,000 gold, and they did not look back. Does this item spike change anything here? Does it feel like TT have a dog in the fight? At least for Beituan.
After all that, I think Hoya's just dead.
Yeah, no, there's no.
All right, cool. Later,
he's
brother.
Gone.
I will say that I think the first items for Thunder Talk are a lot stronger, but you look at how they're playing fights, you look at some of the item or more the experience differential between some of the champions here, and I think they're starting to get a little bit diffed. I think the first items are not going to do much here. I mean, even for Satab, it's a scaling Rod of Ages here, and Xiaohu now finished with the Seraphs. He's just that much more difficult to kill. Move forward, we're going to be getting set up. There's the Talia wall, but he didn't jump through it. He can just walk out. What?
All right.
Okay.
Well.
All right. Well, now he's here.
The Rift Herald's down to about 2,000 now as well. Beituan is there. It'll be taken by Tien. No way. Gonna get the 2-man impale too. Light is just untouched here. Shining like the man he is. Heroic entrance is gonna be stopped in the middle of it. 1xn trying to get the resets, but he's in the wins. Is he gonna get it? He's down. Satab trying to get the cleanup kills out of the rest of Weibo. They might actually get some of these more here. No wins of 4, not enough. Hung gets out, but that's 3 kills for 1 to TT's favor. It's 1xn popping the hell off in team fights. Luckily, they gave him the Tristana this time around, but he's got a large mountain to climb here as another dragon goes the way of Weibo. That should be getting close to second item for majority members there.
She does have an innate jump ability already. As part of her kit, I think not having those summoner spells is really, really dangerous. They summon the Rift Herald. Didn't get all that much done. Tien's coming over the side.
Tien gets stopped by the Shattering Strikes. They got the turret. That's all they really wanted. It'll force the retreat out of the rest of TT. And it'll be Weibo moving back out. Hoya was getting a side lane turret. Should be able to clean that gold up. Needs to get out of here after that, though. Weaver's wall coming in. He just wanted to get the turret. The turret finally falls, but he might get caught out here. Hoya needing to try to TP, but Xiaohu expertly waiting for it, and now he goes down. Breathe will kill his counterpart and get his first kill of the game.
That'll be 2 turrets there, and I think Weibo over-indexing to try to get that mid lane tier 1. End up coming the losers in that trade versus Thunder Talk. So some good gold going over to the side of TT.
They see Beituan as well with the wards there, and just pesky little warding control by Hung. Atacon will fall. Flowers aplenty, roses rather. And no denial from TT whatsoever. They repositioned on the top side of this fight. And now Dragon's coming up in 30 seconds out. This is tough. Hoya's about to have Megadar. They try to go the re-engage over on the Breathe. Beituan has everything in his arsenal here for him. They go with the double taunt. And now 1xn. He might just go for those pop-off resets here. They've got them stuck into a corner. And it's dogs to the fight. Although they already lose Feather. That means their frontliner's gone, TT. Even with Megadar, they're feeling a little bit hesitant. Weibo fighting fighting on the wrong side of the map.
Flash.
Hoya going
Hoya.
for a 2-man, but Hoya's the big focus now. Look at Breed. He's going to be chunked. Beitwan, 1xN gets destroyed as a big taunt comes through from Satab. Beitwan realizes he's the saving grace, but Light steps up and shines through the darkness and sits them down. A full ace for Weibo.
And what looked like a potential comeback fight for TT is a comedy of errors for them. Multiple different mistakes coming in, miscoordination coming in from all of the members. It'll be another Dragon going over to Weibo. And Lennon, I think we're good to say it. I think Weibo are looking mighty dominant and are getting ready for a 2-0 here in this series. I think that's the difference between veterancy and... Oh, wait a minute. Hong just goes in.
Oh my god, Feather is just dead. Okay, here goes the heroic entrance onto Beitwan. They can reset the fight onto Tian. Tian's a little bit by himself here, but trying to get out. Has the flash available. Gets over the wall there now. TT, we're trying to look for a little bit of something.
HP, can Beitwan make the steal? And even if he steals it, can they even win the game from that point? Weibo do not want to try to chance it. They know that Feather is coming back from base. He has the possibility of going. They got to keep going.
Oh, they TP'd away.
Breathe.
Okay, this is chaos. Oh my god, Weibo. Tian already got the steal before. Can he get it again? He's gonna be stolen by Xiaohu of all people. The Tiger King of Spring is earning that namesake now, and Light on the back line is gonna be a menace to society here. A triple kill for the man in the mid lane for Weibo. And Xiaohu heard all the doubters. They heard all the naysayers, and he is making sure that Weibo will start this season with a 1-1 in Group Ascend.
There it is. The General, everybody salute for your leader here at Weibo Gaming. They take a big fight win, they get the Baron, and they're probably just going to be looking to push to end. There's a couple of respawns, so I think we got a little bit more time left in this game, but there's even a Mountain Soul in a minute and a half, and it just feels like all the wind is out of the sails. Game, you know, they can go back to mid because they're able to rotate so fast, but they could have been able to slap this wave. There's also a bottom lane wave, so they're probably just going to be playing on these two. Neferi has recalled, and time to see how Weibo close this one out. They can push for a couple more waves here and then look for the dragon that is spawning.
Just all in on the Light, and Beitwan just throws his life away. I guess they said, let's get out of this game, fellas. As that's going to be a chase down by Tian. Doesn't hit the Impale. 1xN struggling to find an end into this one. Seismic shove from Xiaohu is going to be the saving grace as Hoya jumps into his doom. It's a death cannonball from him and a death knell from TT. Weibo will find even more. That's a 12-1-6 performance from the Tiger King of Spring himself. And I can say he's officially found his moment, as they will find a 2-0 domineering victory.
Tag somebody on BLG to get some early kills.
The thing here for both of these teams is getting to objectives and setting up first, because you walk into Fog of War, you're walking into a Talia and an Ahri side of the map, recognizes that this is his strong side, and they might even still be prepping for this dive. Wei is behind the turret, and they're full HP with all their summoners. I think this is kind of tough.
They don't care how tough it is to dive in Nautilus, but a great flash there. On gets trapped under the turret, and he goes down. First blood to the Nautilus, but they're hopping on top. The flash away from Elk means he will survive a 1-for-1 in the end. A little bit more fighting, but nothing more after that.
If we're still diving on level 3, why did we get rid of Shun? Like, I thought we brought in Wei to be a bit more consistent, but Kyle just here to stop this. Now, Shanks, how much movement speed can he get from the wall riding? Should be able to just, you know, throw in the Ishtal's impact.
Oh, he got him!
Flipped, he's just dead.
He caught him in the middle of going through the wall, and Shanks will pick up the kill. Great stuff from anyone's legend early. Side lanes, BLG feeling the exact same way, snapping those ones up. The trade is for the Dragon to the bottom side. A little bit of an extra boost from that Infernal Drake.
So I wonder from here on out, does Wei elect to just cut the map vertically, right? Just say, look, Ahri by herself is going to be very strong. Let's play around our Mbessa and let On and Wei just be absolute maniacs on the map. Let them open up a lot of space for us here.
So Tarzan and Kyle are in the area.
you just lose the mid lane wave here. Even if Hope is able to clear this minion wave, walk on over with the Plasma procs and the Killer Instinct, I think it is very difficult. You still have this Alistar. There's the Impale that we were talking about. That's 5 grubs for BLG. Are they going to want to try and flip this?
They want them all. There's one stolen away. Kyle tagged up here, but he should be fine. They forced out Knight's teleport. Big knock-up coming through to cancel the Skarner and Alistar. If you're going to give him 2 plates on the bottom side, right, and give up these grubs, you are going to have to make the most of that. BLG now moving in to try and break this vision line of anyone's legend. Here's a full engage come through. Tarzan trying to get the back line on his low. Knight's got a couple charges. What an impale coming through by Way. Hope trying to batter BLG and keep them away for now. Tarzan wants to go back in. On's out of the fight. Tarzan's got to flash away, but Shanks critically was not there to help out his team.
And the Dragon as well. So I think you're feeling very good about that as BLG. My one worry is maybe in 3 minutes time there is a play going on for this team, but AL now, they've got 2 dragons.
Because BLG has been so good at playing as a unit and playing together. See if Elk gets caught out here because he is alone. Has to burn the barrier. He's flashing away, but he burns with the red buff. And now On could be caught out here on top of Hope. Here comes Way, but Way is pushed away. Shanks coming through, and there's the seismic shove. They find On. The teleport from Flandra. Way has to flash out of there, and anyone's legend making a big play, and they're looking to knock down mid-tier 1.
I just love how ferocious we got to see Hope. Flies in after a single proc of the Plasma onto Elk after already getting so much damage down. And this is the kind of play you need to be able to make. Now there's some missing summoner spells from Elk. You will not have those summoner spells available for Hope. But Knight's looking for a TP angle here. Same thing with Shanks.
All right.
Shanks is going to teleport first. Okay.
4,000 HP on the Herald right now. No poke can be landed by Flandra. Shanks is joined the team.
Though.
Knight is here. As you mentioned, been on the side. Herald going to be secured for BLG, and anyone's legend. Looks like they're just going to walk it out here.
On is moving first here.
Okay, wait a minute.
Seismic shove down.
Whoa, wait a minute. Bit of a disconnect here, although On is the one who ends up getting caught out, and he falls down. Bin gets onto Kyle, but the knockups are going to be there, and the seismic shove too. It's a double kill for Hope, and the mid and 80 carry of anyone's legend are playing great. So far here in Game 1, looking mighty fine. Dragon has been started up, looking to put themselves on Mountain Soul Point. BLG does not want to let them have it. Dragon getting a little bit lower as the Weaver's Wall going to come in and try to split things apart. 4,000 HP and getting lower as Way is the one up front. BLG off to the side. Elk getting poked out just a little bit. Hook going in, doesn't land, and it's taken away by BLG. And who's getting blown up? It's Kyle who goes down. And Knight is ready to reset. Way is coming to cruise in. Multiple members grouped up, trying to slow him, but he flashes to the side. Another nice job there coming through from Shanks as they are getting rifled down by Hope. He's knocked away. Elk is on the wrong side of the tracks, and they lose the Dragon, but anyone's legend win another fight.
Bin and Knight into the backline to find them, but that has just not been the case in this game.
BLG are reeling right now. They're down about 2,500 gold. Caliber player too. This is really encouraging for anyone's legend. It's now up to them to just put this one away after getting a lead. Kyle gonna land a hook. On is gonna go in. Let's see if the rest of the team can show up. He's tagged up and goes down immediately. The Impale lands, and Disaster may be striking. Flandra stays alive for long, but not long enough, as it is 2 kills going over to BLG.
Well, now BLG just get to play the map really wide. They even get to have this Otacon if they really want it. I mean, you have Tristana, why not? So AL, big mistake here. Maybe they can find Bin?
Okay, if they find Bin, they could transition this. Let's see what the move is going to be. Shanks does have that Weaver's Wall available.
Risky here.
It is. It's getting lower and lower. 7,000 HP, 6,000 HP. The armor, the MR being shredded from BLG as we speak, and they are forced off. Now anyone's legend are going to do it. The Weaver's Wall coming in, trying to get them off, but Tarzan goes in. So does Hope. Elk does not go down. Tarzan's in the thick of things, and they will find Way, and nobody else on anyone's legend dies, and they will be able to secure Otacon, and BLG have to limp away.
That Crescent Guard got so much value out from anyone's legend. They'll grab the Otacon, they get 2 kills on top of it, and they get the Dragon. Insane play coming in from AL. They're recognizing which angles they're allowed to squeeze for, when they're allowed to find fights.
In there, right, as Elk, do you really want to be in the face of Xin Zhao? Unless you're hard winning a fight. No, you don't. Speaking of fights, On going for a big engage here. Teleport coming in, going low as Kyle, as he will fall, and BLG's health bars are looking mighty fine. Flandre gets in. Shanks could be in trouble. He's got to go golden. They're split. Hope gets to the back line. He finds Elk. Hope is carrying the hopes and dreams of the fans of anyone's legend, as Ben's got to flash away. A triple kill for Hope, and the Baron in the eyes of anyone's legend.
And it seems like the saying is true. Hope is the killer here, man. AL, they get a huge fight, and they'll grab the Baron, which will now spill over into that Dragon in 3 minutes' time. This game has been even, but you look at the jungle difference. You look right now at these 280 carries. And a single Dragon is very good for them. Otherwise, they would have already been looking down them having the soul. I mean, this game would be a lot different if
flying teleport.
They're going to try and get Flandre, but Flandre, it doesn't matter, though. They're losing so much in mid here just to try to grab him, and he'll be up for this Dragon. Who cares?
Yeah, the global taunt is being used on Flandre, and Ben missed his ultimate. Flandre is maybe... No, he made it close, but he wasn't able to actually get the kill. But as you mentioned, they're losing so much. Here's a four-man push. Teleport's coming in, and it looks like anyone's legend wisely not continuing the push, worried about these recalls. Pushing in your favor either. So anyone's legend are walking it down mid here. Flandre is not with the team, though, so it's a 5v4. They may have misstepped as they're going to look for Tarzan here. It looks like that is not the target that Way wanted. On, getting chunked just a little bit. Charms flying out, not quite landing. BLG have a little bit of time, but On is down to about half HP now. Flandre is looking to join the fight. Way going to get engaged on the side. They're just poked so low, and Way is not even close to his team. He misses the impale. Tarzan's able to find his way out, and anyone's legend are going to dominate this fight. And On is going to fall next. Shanks doing a lot. You get on top of Knight on the side, and he can't even escape the clutches of Flandre. You might charm him up, but that's all you got is looks, Ari, as Knight has to run away. Now the push coming down to the mid lane as Shanks is going to chase off Elk off screen. Will be able to take him down. All right, Knight's still alive. The golden left hand is trying to survive, trying.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's going to matter, Elk.
They're going to end the game. Okay, who cares about a damn Mountain Soul at this point? Flandre's going to TP, and that's it. Game 1 resoundingly goes over to AL.
What a beautifully played game by anyone's legend. This was so awesome. They played great. They beat BLG. They punished BLG multiple times, and a 1-0 series lead for anyone's legend. Ashe would have been like kind of disgusting for your really good AD carry, but it feels kind of hard to really utilize the Jhin route here. You don't really have easy ways to proc it on an enemy. Go after him any further. So Elk is now down both summoners. Wait a minute, we're gonna see. Okay, On said, nah, round 2, baby. He picks up first blood, and Tarzan inside the jungle of BLG. Shanks is here, but Shanks has no mana. Knight looking for a knockup, forces a flash out, and On's coming in from behind. It's gonna be a 3v2 very quickly. Shanks in trouble. He's got no flash anymore. Tarzan flashing over the wall to try to save him, but he burns away to the Ignite, and On gets his second kill. Is On gonna get his third? No, he ends up going down, but Tarzan gets chopped down too.
And that's 3 kills immediately now for BLG. Going to be expecting from BLG is that if they get a majority of these grubs, we're going to be seeing probably a 4-1 setup where Knight on a side lane is going to be able to push very, very deep. And then once he has wave control, he has the option of either going for the turret with these grubs or looking and trying to make a move into whichever lane, secondary lane that BLG are playing for. Side of the map, can Flandre survive this?
All right, the Maiden trying to even this up to make it a 2v2, but Flandre's got no mana. A slice and dice going in and out, but wait. Way is stuck! Way is stuck! Flandre ends up dying, but it's a 1-for-1. Beautifully played. Anyone's legend just trying to drive BLG out of their jungle, but Way ends up snagging the blue buff On, trying to leap away, but he gets rooted up. Let's see what the turnaround is. Bullet time coming through. Does a lot, but a huge fate sealed coming through from Knight. The question is it enough? Way did so much damage too. He's trying to just get away, trying to squeeze out whatever damage he can. Elk cleanses, but he really can't get closer to Tarzan. Here comes the ultimate coming through. Do you have the fancy feet, Tarzan? He will instead flash away and sidestep. Damn, that tree can move. Grubs in 20 seconds. Kyle is up here, No Pop Blossom, no Flash critically, although Wei may actually just be caught out here. Elk is nearby, trying to put a couple members to sleep, and he does, and they're looking for the turnaround right on top of Shanks. He sidesteps with a flash, but the teleport coming in for Knight over on the side. Shanks realizes he's going to go down, and he will fall. Tarzan getting flashed on and stunned and getting mobbed by BLG, and the sleeping Giants have woken up here in Game 2.
Yeah, this is starting to get really, really hectic and in favor of BLG. I mean, AL, they just didn't have hope in the area, and also, again, getting punished for lack of resource management there. Flandra takes a lot of damage under this turret dive, but with the last rights, with the Maiden out, it is so difficult. Flandra, let's see it. That's 1.
Okay.
That's 2. Kyle's
oh
here,
my
that's
goodness.
3. And he's done.
Oh,
yep, there we go.
He's so good. 0 for 4, Elk. Ben Simmons gets to the bench. On just chilling out, but Wei doesn't look like he'll get close for this, so anyone's Legend will secure their second dragon of the game, so an opportunity perhaps if they can win the third dragon fight to put a lot of pressure down, but that is 5 long minutes from now when you're staring down 6 grubs.
Yeah, at the very least, the Hextech Soul is going to be coming down around 22, 23 minutes. So
They're looking to potentially make a play on it. The Swirl Seed didn't tag anybody except for the red buff, but they have moved all the way in. Fate sealed. Here we go. On's going to follow too. Hope getting pulled in, though. He can't set his feet for an ultimate, and the health bars are so low, and multiple members are asleep. Down goes the tree. Hope at least able to get a kill out of it. Wider Ulk, because right now it's at about 3,000 gold, but it's only going to get worse. You talked about how you can't let it get worse, and it's getting worse as they found Flandra. I'm not sure how much he's going to be able to dodge here. He at least get some blocks from his buddy Kyle, but Flandra still getting run down by damn near everyone. Wei picks up another, and this game is cascading in a bad way. BLG on top.
They're going to keep going for this. I mean, maybe Hope gets this mid-tier 1 as well.
Oh,
Knight.
Okay, in the 2v1 he will. All right.
They got a second turret there. Holy crap. Oh my god, that's so much gold here for BLG. I mean, 6 grubs. You cannot be losing fights like this as AL. They just have complete control of whatever side of the map that they really want.
Yeah, they're continuing to exert that control through Bin right now as he is starting to do a lot of damage to Flandra. Maybe he's just going to go and try to finish him off here. He slices. Waiting, he flashes forward, and he will be able to finish him off. A solo kill there, but Shanks with that teleport. Hope trying to come through as well. Bin, I don't think he's going to be able to find a way out of this one. He will fall.
Yeah.
Now, with this Herald in their back pocket, plays like they made up top are just going to be that much more efficient. 16.5 minutes into the game. A potential reprieve for anyone's Legend. In 25 seconds, this dragon will spawn. It is their only lifeline in this game right now, Ulk.
Right. The one that was going to be able to fight you, the one where we got to actually see specifically Knight in particular really stand up. And so far in this game, the top side of AL has started to flounder. These are some of the games that have garnered a player like Tarzan internationally a lot of criticism.
Is quite possibly the worst consolation prize you could get, as a turret in the bottom lane is going to fall. BLG looking to make another 4-man play on a tier 2 turret.
Yeah, Yanni, I'm going to be so serious.
Let's go home,
that
bro.
Dragon got taken is kind of like a death knell for me.
Yeah, let's go home.
That one hurt. We don't have to go home. We still got a game after this if BLG win, right? Like, got to play at the best of 3.
Oh, you go home for this one, you know? This one's...
Yeah.
Oh, all right, hold on, wait. We're starting to see the side lane prowess. Okay, maybe we're not going to see the side lane prowess. So the Knight misses a knock-up. There's a bit of a sloppy fight. He's able to take Shanks to about half HP. The question is,
going. Lilia has the movement speed?
Yeah, it's starting to zoom around a little bit, but that cage, the Maiden also just kind of chilling out. The slows are there. Flandra with a good sidestep, but Shanks is just not fast enough, man, as he is the one man left behind.
Yeah, Q3. It's so difficult to play. It just feels like AL are trying to do patchwork around the map. Community will probably hold this opinion. That sounds like a worse idea than a lot of what Freak has put forward. Again, I don't agree with this sentiment, but I know a lot of the League community are not happy with him as League game design.
He's great. I think he's great.
Okay, again, I feel like you are really trying to get the community to dox you in some way. He's a way for you to be at least vaguely competitive. I am looking at how Flandra is going to be able to stay out on the map and get resources for himself. And for me personally, I do want to see AL funnel some gold into one of these carries. Grubs, they can very easily, if they win, find a big... Oh, they're actually just TPing on Flandra. Maybe this is AL's angle.
And there's Hexgates coming through too. They are going to try to kill Flandra and then continue a push from there. They will find Flandra, and the wave is coming in. We're seeing pings in the top side of the jungle. AL, though, are they going to respond toward this Baron? I don't think they can. But they're at least around it. They got the right idea.
It's too late. Yeah, it's too late at this point. Knight's going to be able to grab himself a turret here very, very easily. Good job from BLG to punish an overextension. Great ward as well from them. And now, I mean, you just have the Baron. You already kind of see them sitting on this side of the map.
Yeah, honestly, I think BLG is, like, totally fine to give it another couple more minutes after this dragon goes down, right? I think they're probably content to say, like, you guys can have 5 more minutes. We don't really care.
Kyle's going to walk in, but by the time they get over to this objective, it's going to be gone.
All right. Bin is nearby. They're going to engage on Knight with a knock up there, and they're going to chop down Tarzan, and the Baron has been secured for BLG, and they're going to flash forward, look for Kyle, and find him too. A double kill for Bin.
Gets tagged by a watch out Eep. The bowling ball does not all that much, and On's going to be looking for an engage underneath this turret, as BLG with 6 grubs and Baron are going to look to end the game.
Well, Shanks at least was able to QSS away, but there are too many grubs. Knight is bringing pressure down from the top side. He still has his fate sealed as the inhibitor turret in the mid lane, and the inhibitor will fall. They'll move it to the top lane as well. Take that one out too. Tarzan's up in 7 seconds, so anyone's legend may have an opportunity for one final fight if BLG sticks around a little too much. The second inhibitor has fallen, but BLG will wisely walk it out.
Wow. Lot of poise here. Oh, Tarzan faking, going through the portal here. Difficult to play. It already is very difficult. They're down 11,000 gold, and another play here onto Flandra from Knight with his teleport.
This is just mean. Why are we bullying the old man as he gets hit by a fate sealed bullet time coming down, but it splits the gap between the two. Bin ate a face full of it, but he doesn't care, man. And over in the mid lane, Shanks has been engaged on. Tarzan gets chunked by Elk, and here comes Way coming through. Shanks trying to do what he can, but On doesn't take enough damage. He ends up getting the kill, but it's a double kill for Elk. They're on the Nexus turrets, our Knight and Bin, as Hope is so low. Pop Blossom getting used, but Bin's just able to slice out, and the bullet gets curved on the backside. It took a while, but BLG were patient and poised, and in 32 minutes, they've knotted up the series at 1.
There it is. I don't know what to say, man. That game was kind of over from 22 minutes onwards, and we played another additional 8 just to really drag it out versus AL. Guys, I was told that Fearless doesn't even really get started until best of 5s. What's going on here?
Who said that?
Best of
Who
3,
said that?
Game 3, where I'm watching Flandra Sejuani versus Bin Sion in 2025. He's playing for that 5v5. Some things to note. Elk trying to be real cheeky in this bottom lane brush, but minor advantage for Knight early on.
There we go. Here comes Knight.
He's doing this again. Knight's back.
They may have found Kyle. Although Elk is a little low, he's able to hop around, but he goes down first. Hope gets first blood. Shanks is behind them too. Now it's a 2v2, but he does have the well. It's going to force the flash out of Knight. Is Hope going to be able to close out the kill? And he will not land the Q. On does a great job of blocking it, but a good start for anyone's legend.
Here from Tarzan. Tarzan has been one of our best clearing and farming pathing junglers, but here now, he's just making sure that Way is nowhere near this bottom lane.
This is a big turnaround. Elk. Hold on. Oh, Kyle gets rended, taken so low. But Hope is doing so much right now. Tarzan is here. He's going to flash over the wall on top of On. Finds the kill. Goes untargetable and is able to get out like a smooth criminal.
Wow. The fact that we have untargetable while under the turret, didn't we literally like try to cut a Kali out of the game for this? Up in half if they really wanted to. But, oh wow. He wants to protect his Raptors.
Uh-oh. This is bad news. The Goon Squad has showed up. Shanks immediately has to flash out. He's not going to stun anybody up. I don't know if he's going to be able to survive this. It looks like he will. Kyle and Hope are coming through the heal just to speed up Kyle to try to get the root on, and they will find On, and he will bleed out in the mid lane.
And now they get to help him push out this wave. I mean, Shanks doing fine for himself. He said, look, they don't have enough damage to kill me. The bottom lane here doing so much work.
Executed on that, and it's been nice to see. Chemtech Drake started up here by BLG, as it looks like they will snap that one up. The Grubs are available on the top side, but anyone's Legend not really too interested in them right now.
Okay. On trying to make some flanks, get some really deep vision on the red side here. And now that they know all of his camps are gone, if they get any confirmation, yeah, Shanks, you're just dead now.
All right, let's see if he can clear this wave quickly enough. The turret trying to at least help him out here. BLG doing the whole Twitch tours around the map here. Teleport coming in for Bin as well. They really want to kill Shanks. He is stranded on an island all alone, and the island is filled with many members of BLG. He gets knocked up, and he falls.
Okay, does get a large majority of that wave, and Kyle did show bottom lane, but Flandra had already invested the teleport to the top side of the map.
We're going to be used in the top lane. Perhaps anyone's Legend are going to go for a play because the True Shot Barrage is coming through, but the timing was not there. They're going to start the engage on the Knight. Tarzan is only level 5. He'll go untargetable, and they just burst him out. Oh my goodness.
Yep, really fun stuff here. Now Tarzan has the level 6 on and way in the area.
That was the power of getting a couple of those plates up there. I think he got 3 plates, if my eyes do not deceive me. And meanwhile, on the bottom side, Shanks is being bullied once again. Does get the stun off on the way, and Way's in turret range, and he dies. It's a 1-for-1 in the reset. Tarzan, maybe he has the damage to kill Bin at this point. It's going to be tough. He does have a little bit in the inventory. You mentioned he's got the flash, but the shield from Bin enough to keep him upright, but a good 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, and now they'll be able to recall a lot of really good summoner spells now. Oh, Knight, you've got to be careful. This is Rod of Ages. Sejuani, you just don't know how to play this.
He's doing damage, baby.
He got no damage.
Flandra tried to kill him. The Realm Warp, oh, it lived on a sliver.
Oh, there's no Ezreal ult, but hey, more turret plates. Another one going over to Flandra. We're here to reinforce the mid lane of AL.
Ward getting dropped on the Grubs, but Way is nowhere to be found. He's on the bottom side, and with this dragon up, you see the pings on it. AL knows that they're going to be headed there. Couple things to keep note. Both mid laners. Rod of Ages is so in vogue right now, obviously. Flandra is bringing up the rear, and the mid laners are coming from the bottom side. Shanks will group with his team. Tarzan goes over the wall for right now. He's got to deal with Knight. Meanwhile, the hostile takeover comes through, but it doesn't land on Hope. Here comes the Ezreal. It only hits Bin for a little bit. Dragon's getting low. 1,000. It's stolen away. Stolen away by Tarzan. But Bin's in the middle of the fight, and Flandra's going to be the focus. Who's getting low? Everyone's getting low. Look at the backside. Tarzan looking to kill Bin. He's getting the resets. He's on Way next, and he forces the flash out. Elkinon solo on the other side, and Bin is able to trade back onto Flandra, a 1-for-1 overall. But we talk about how well coached they are. Tarzan, the soul of this team.
At this point, because they really wanted this bot lane to get off to a good start. We're getting teleports now. I mean, Ryze is teleporting away from this play. Sejuani is teleporting in. It is so hard for BLG to already get mid-prio. So this is going to be, in the short term, gold here for BLG's mid laner.
No, it will stay up. It is an auto away, but during this time, Shanks was able to take the turret topside. Knight is going to trade with one of his own in the bottom lane.
Okay, but that's still 2-for-1, and a lot of gold here for anyone's Legend. Closer to level 11 here. Gets second point in his ultimate. Very big shift for the side of AL.
Oh, the dogs are in there, maybe. Okay, Way does secure that one, but given the earlier state of the game,
there was a thank you Way post that was going to be coming out if he stole that one.
Oh, Tarzan ended up on the wrong side of the wall. He's going to be all right as Shanks is going to chase him down along with Kyle. Ezreal coming through. It's only going to hit on.
Yes, and now they get another turret, so more gold so that Shanks can finish his Leandries, so that Tarzan can get his second item. Even this Ezreal, already almost complete with the Muramana, just needs to merely finish the item. BLG are going to continue to feel this game squeezing down on them, constricting around, eat them around, breadcrumb them in this jungle.
All right, Otacon down to about 7,000 HP, but BLG has gotten into the river. Way is coming. Elk is 2. Here comes the hostile takeover. It's going to catch multiple members here as they've got real low.
He steals it!
It's smited away, but where's the re-engage coming? Knight is shoved off, and the Ezreal coming through. Getting a lot of damage in, but the flowers, AL can still pick them up. Bin's got to flash out of there. Elk trying to do what he can, but he can only play up so close because he's getting chased down. Flandra with a big slow. Bin on the side. His shields, are they enough? Knight will fall. Flandra is doing so much, buying so much room for the rest of anyone's Legend as the corpses of BLG will fall.
Raze, in terms of gold now, they're going to shoot so far ahead. And we still got a Dragon spawning in a minute. We've got the Baron spawning in 3.5. They have got to be feeling so... And there's still Blood Roses!
There.
Oh my god, AL. They're going to shoot so far in the advantage.
Goodness me, this is going to get ugly. Honestly, I don't even know if this Dragon would be able to pull them back in the game. We're going to try to see them make a play on the Shanks here. Bin goes all the way in, and a fight's going to break out as a member's been caught. Kyle goes down. Good pick here for BLG. And here comes the hostile takeover. Tarzan and the dogs going to bite Hope on the backside just a little bit, but he's okay.
Frontline is doing enough. There is no arcane shift for the time being for Hope here, so it's going to be AL slowly trickling into this river and trying to find an angle.
It's a 5v4, but they don't do any damage to Flandra, and now they're going to target Bin, but he gets the Mikhails and a big shield, so he's all right. Dragon getting lower. 3,000, 2,000, 1,000 taken away as Wei and the rest of the squad are out of there. Well played by BLG. He's going to be poked out by this Ezreal. Everybody's all right, so Bin not finding the mark with his last two, as this turret is still low on HP.
And they're losing out on mid, so they're just going to give this up. They know that at this point, might as well just kind of cut your losses. Try to at least play like we're going to contest mid-wave because, hey, Baron spawning in 10 seconds here. I wonder if they just try to go for the Baron. You have the Rise ultimate. You already see it. They're going for it. They're going to Rise ult into the pit and try to take this Baron. Good call from BLG.
Bin pops his ult. Bin pops his ult, trying to disrupt them in the mid lane, too. It's going to at least keep Hope at bay. The teleport's coming through. 5,000
Tarzan's
HP
here, though.
on the Baron. Here comes Shanks, trying to get on priority targets. They're stuck in the back of the pit. They're stuck in the back of the pit. Wei is trying to dance around.
He gets
and he
it!
secures the Baron for his team. But here comes Tarzan, beating his chest. This is his jungle. A triple kill for Tarzan as BLG fall apart.
And it has just been alive, but he has Baron minions. He has 5,000 HP. Can Sion, can Bin save BLG here in this game number 3?
The Baron for Nexus trade. Oak Battery. We've seen Bin do a lot in his career, but I think this is even too much for him. Let's see what he can do. They're mobbing on top of him. They're disrupting him. They're stunning him. It doesn't matter. They've got grubs. They've got the touch of the void. They've got the victory against BLG.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.